What's going on, guys? I'm FoxA and I've been a pro player for 8 years, and today I'm going to show you guys why you are playing Oregon defense wrong. Let me help you get better. All right, so starting off, you have 4 bomb sites that you're going to be able to go to on Oregon. Everybody knows them. It's the bread and butter. It's the basement bomb site. Then you have your kids' dorms top floor, and then you got the 2 middle bomb sites that are, kind of 50-50. One's going to be dining meeting, and the other one is dining kitchen. Now, I'll tell you first off the bat, the worst site on this map by far is dining kitchen. It's probably the most spread out. You're able to get hit from both angles in the site. Very difficult bomb site to play, although it is possible with a coordinated team. It's probably the hardest. Now, if you just want to get some free defenses, I guarantee you go to the basement. The common misconception is that top floor is the best site on ranked. I don't know where this came from. The basement in comp, in high level play, it's the best site to play, especially if you just have 4 or 5 people defending the full basement. So I'm going to set it up and I'm going to show you guys what walls you need to get. All right, so this is how the basement bomb site should look like. I've reinforced all the walls that you need to get, and obviously made some rotates so that you guys can just, plug the same thing into your ranked games and be able to get a secured round win on the basement bomb site. So first off, you want to make sure you get your 3 hatches, right? Meeting, front lobby, and freezer. That's got to be a given, right? Then you're going to want to get your box walls right here, your 2 box walls, so that you can have somebody play by boiler, holding the stairs or assisting your elbow player. You're going to have holes in these walls to watch the guy coming down T1. I know some players usually like running an Azami up on this lamp. It'll give a really nice one-way. This angle is just really hard for the T1 player to even see and fight through. And it just makes him have to worry about coming down those stairs at all times. You're going to have some holes in the box wall, mainly just so that you can, peek from pillar, peek from box. Your elbow rotate is going to go on the right side, and you're going to reinforce the left side off. So as you can see, I still have 2 reinforced walls in my pocket. You can use one of those walls to close this up if you want to give up blue completely. If a team's bringing Flores, if they're flashing, nading your elbow, you can completely give up this wall and just reinforce it off, right? You don't have to do that. Obviously, it's all to preference. You can easily put these 2 walls up on the tower wall, so that you can play over by the tower stairs, that you can play over there for a lot longer, and they can't shoot through the wall from meeting and kill you. So those walls optional where you want to put these last 2 walls. But the rotate, you obviously want it to be on the right side, because if it's on the left side and a player takes into elbow, an enemy player takes elbow, and they have this left wall reinforced, they get a free sight line. They can sit here really comfortably and just look all the way through your sight. So the reason you put it on the right side is even if you need to give up elbow, right, you fall back, you have so many angles from the front side to be able to hold that blue corner, to be able to make this guy a little more uncomfortable if he takes the elbow. All right, and now here's kind of like the basic setup on the front, but you may see something a little strange to a typical rank game. Obviously, same rotate, reinforce the right wall. Now, here's a common misconception that I see a lot of rank players doing on Oregon basement is they reinforce one of these walls or both of these walls. The best bet, and the thing you're going to see a lot in comp, unless you're running a mirror and putting a mirror on this wall, you want to keep this whole floor open, because you don't want to give any cover to the people pushing through freezer. All you need is a really good freezer, a freezer cam, a bulletproof on this back corner, a shield, anything here to look in a freezer, give you free sight lines into it. And you don't want to reinforce the wall and allow the attackers to just have a free drop in the freezer, or to be able to push up without being contested, If you completely reinforce this wall off, they get freezer for free, or if you reinforce one wall, they can drop the hatch pretty hidden. This is one of the most common spots. People always get slaughtered in high elo games. You could just look at this. Look at what you're pushing into. There's not many angles that you can fight back on. You just get shot from laundry, from the box, from the hall. Even freezer hall. There's so many things you got to worry about. So absolutely, leaving this wall completely open is you're going to be your best friend. And if you just play the basement floor with these reinforcements, you'll be having a good time. So that's how you get a confirmed win on the basement bomb site. And just to finish it up, those last 2 walls that I was talking about being in your pockets, this is the T1 wall that you can reinforce to give yourself a little more protection on tower stairs. If you're an aggressive player and you like going for these gunfights before the attacking team gets to execute on your site, when you close these walls off, it makes it very limiting as an attacker to clear you out on the staircase. The attackers have to come from this doorway, have to come from top tower. They have to get lucky on one of these doors. So if you're a very aggressive player and you're feeling yourself, you reinforce these walls off, you can just keep swinging this all day. You know, you can make plays all around T1. But, you know, if they're not contesting you, you're able to retake up in the big tower and then flank across the attic. There's a lot of mobility with closing these walls up, and I'm telling you, as an attacker who attacks this, there's nothing more annoying than these walls being closed. Now, for the kids' dorms bomb site, I need to address this first. Please stop making this atrocious hole. This thing is terrible. I know you guys see in your high-level games. I know you guys see in pro play. You see players opening up this wall. They put a shield behind it. Everybody's swinging. You're getting tons of kills. You think you're the hero. Stop doing this for ranked games. Please stop doing this wall. I don't know how many times this wall backfires and you have an attacker hit a nice shot or clear your shield because your team doesn't have the right coordination, and boom, now you have one of the hardest spots in the game to take, attic, right? Pit and attic from the defenders. You have it for free and you have an easy angle to cut off rotations into the kids' bomb site. So absolutely stop doing this. Reinforce this wall off. Boom. Now that this wall is closed, this is the proper way you want to hold this top floor bomb site. You completely close off this pit wall. Again, it's a very hard spot to take, especially in ranked. Don't make it easy for players to just get a free pick or a nice shot on you in pit, and then they have full control of the bomb site. So you're going to want to keep this wall closed. You're going to want to be able to double reinforce your games walls and double reinforce attic walls. And the 3 rotates that you want to make if you're the shotgun player, if you're the support player, you know, whatever it is, you obviously want to make your top games rotate to tops white. You want to make some holes for big window, and then you want to make your pit to kids rotate, right? And those are obviously the 3 holes that you need to make. For this big window area, you're going to notice that we have the wall on the left side and the holes on the right side. And so you may ask yourself, why am I putting the holes on the right side? That seems kind of stupid. Can't attackers peek in to the bomb site from outside the window? Now, I might agree with you, right? There are some angles where the attack outside can shoot in, but if you reinforce the opposite side of this wall, you give a free plant and a free entry for attackers on big window to be able to just jump in and plant safely in this corner behind this reinforced wall. The reason why so many high level players open up the wall like this is because this is one of the most punishing gunfights for an attacking player to take. When they jump in this window, you already have their jump in pre-lined up. You know, it's a super safe angle. As you're a defender, you're inside the kids' room. You have an easy sight line for this guy jumping in big window. As soon as he jumps in and you get a free kill on him jumping in, and then that guy's down, you know, whatever the case may be. So it's a very hard fight for attackers to take outside. That's why you always want to make holes like this. And the other way around, you give, again, it's kind of the same thing for the basement freezer. You don't want to let the attacker get into the map for free, because once they're in, they're a problem. So you want to stop them as soon as they're jumping in, get a free pick that way. Boom, that's how you play kids bomb site. And then everything else is pretty straightforward. I think this is the most simplified and the best way to defend this top floor site. You know, all it takes is about 7 walls, and you're pretty secure. If the enemy team doesn't have proper coordination to open up all these walls, it's very hard for them to get picks, right? All you got to really watch out for is the window repels, kids window and games window. Those are 2 of the most common spots people get picks from as on the attack, as they just repel up and they just get a free shot. Yeah, if you do it like this, I guarantee you'll win a lot more of your top floor bomb sites. I know you don't have to roam, you don't have to do anything crazy. We do have 3 walls left over. A common thing that teams like to do, at least pro teams, is sometimes they'll reinforce server downstairs right here. They'll reinforce server walls so that they can have somebody play downstairs and hold the big window jump in from below. So this is server. It takes 3 walls to close it off. Some players or teams will have a player, a mute, or someone play down here with a shotgun C4, and he's very boxed up because he'll have all these walls closed, and boom, he can now watch big window from below very safely, and then he has a C4. Also, a little tip and trick, you know, sometimes when players try to plant in the common red plant spot, right? This is a very common spot from below. Usually they'll have somebody watching the Z hall, or somebody will push up the Z hall. Here's a really little nice C4 spot from the server. You just throw it completely against this corner of this wall, and you can just blow them up while they're planting. And so that's a nice little angle, nice little spot where you can, defend the bomb site, you watch big window, stop plant, and also be in a relatively hard spot to fight. All right, and next, for the third bomb site, everybody's always asking, should I go dining kitchen or should I go meeting kitchen? And the answer is very simple. You're going to want to go meeting kitchen. Like I said earlier, dining kitchen, too spread out. You can get hit from both sides. Very hard to defend. You could do it with a coordinated team, but obviously meeting kitchen is probably the more secure site to go to as a third bomb site. Honestly, I would argue this site wins more than sometimes, the basement or the kids' second floor bomb site. But, just to keep it simple, I'll show you guys how to defend this very safely. Obviously you're going to use 4 walls to completely close off meeting, and you're going to use 1 wall to completely shut off kitchen. If you're the support player, again, you're going to have to put that work in. You're going to need to rotate into meeting into kitchen and kitchen into server. Now you're also going to want to put some feet holes in the server wall and maybe another rotate over by the desk. This is preference, but I'm going to show you guys why you want to put the feet holes in this corner later. Now that's pretty much your first floor setup done. You can have maybe one person play meeting, one person play kitchen. Now the rest of the setup is going to go up top. So you have, I think, 5 walls left, and you're going to want to double reinforce walls to big window. You're going to want to reinforce off the rotate into top white from games, and you're going to want to double reinforce off your pit to trophy wall. Now you're probably feeling confused. On the kids bomb site, we opened up big window. Now we're not opening up big window. Why is that? Well, the thing is, if a team pushes from main lobby side or main stairs side and they get that control, it doesn't matter. It has no impact on the bomb site. It's purely control for them, right? So as a defending team, as long as you maintain above kitchen, so if you're not familiar, the B bomb site is kitchen. As long as you maintain this top kitchen bomb site, right? So the attackers can't do top down on you and get some easy kills on you guys in the site. As long as you hold this area, you're going to be a lot more comfortable and you're going to win a lot more often. I'm not saying you're going to win every time, but you're going to win a lot more often, and your percentage will just naturally go up higher if you just maintain this top floor. Now, that being said, the same thing goes for pit, right? If a team comes over to take top tower side, you're not reinforcing top tower, but you are reinforcing stage. So if a team takes top tower, that's not the biggest issue in the world if a team takes up there. Now, as long as you maintain pit, because if a team opens up meeting wall, right, you can just as easily use this hatch against the attacking players just as so that they could use it against you, right? So if you know a team is planning on the table or you know they're pushing through this wall, you can just nicely hold this angle. Also, if you know a team's inside top tower and they're not using this soft wall to fight you guys, you could just use it against them. A nicely placed impact, you're able to retake through big tower. You get an easy flank on them, or you just get into a gunfight up here, you win the hatch control, and now they can't plant without having to deal with you first. So that's why you want to keep that wall soft. And pit, obviously one of the hardest spots to take in the game, especially on this map. You always want to just make sure you're holding this whatever way the attacking team pushes. It's just going to put you in a lot more of a comfortable spot. If you reinforce these walls on the top floor and the bottom floor, you have maybe 3 people playing up top, maybe 2 people playing in sight, and you can use everything that the attacking team would use to your advantage. Also, here's a little tip that some players might not know. This bomb site is really good because you can use the top floor, you can use the middle floor, and you can use the basement floor. So not only can you flank through the basement to be able to flank big tower, to flank freezer, to flank main, but if you are a C4 operator and you know that the enemy team, they maybe took attic, they took meeting, and they're going to be planning behind this table. Obviously, I'm smoke right now, but you can just easily throw your C4 up and then pop that C4 to stop the plant from below, right? And that's a nice alternate area for you to be able to stop that plant. Also, on the flip side of things, those holes that I was telling you to make inside dining, here's why. When a team full takes top floor, if they do full take top floor, right, the most common spot for a team to plant is going to be under the kids hatch in kitchen, right along this pillar. It's probably the safest spot for an attacker to plant. The reason why you want to put feet holes here is because from top freezer, you can actually see, kitchen door, you can actually see the plant spot, and you can even see tucked back in that corner, right where is also another common plant spot, right? Some players like to plant back here. The only spot that can't be seen is if they plant directly against this, but then, you should have a teammate that could see him from split side. But anything on this pillar, any plant spot on this pillar, his hands are going to stick out or his butts are going to stick out, and he'll be able to be exposed from freezer. And it's a nice little way to be able to shut down the plant and they're going to be wondering where they got shot from. And finally, the dining kitchen bomb site, arguably the worst site on the map. It's all preference. So if you want to run this site, if you think this site has a different look than some of the other sites, feel free to run it. It just takes a lot more coordination. It's a very risky site to play. So many things can happen, especially if you're not, on top of each other, if you're not making sure that your teammates are watching the right angles, right? So just to give you guys a setup, first you're going to want to pretty much barricade up this top floor kids. Same thing with the meeting, right? If you hold it above kitchen, then you're safe. If the enemy team gets above kitchen, they can breach all above it. They can have very easy post plant positions, very easy crossfires. You're probably going to lose if an enemy team gets the kids' room on top of kitchen. You're going to have 4 walls, 5 walls on the second floor total, but 4 walls just for the kids' room. And then you're going to have the 5th wall over again on top white so that you can have a teammate assisting you over by top white safely, right? You're never going to want to give this up, whoever the player is. And also from this position, you'll be able to have a lot of a nice little angle to the common plant spots that usually people go for over by the small tower side. So the reason why this site is not good is because it's so easy to just walk in top small or walk in lower small tower, just get the bomb site and then just be able to plant immediately. So this is one of the angles to stop some of the plants that go down regularly. Obviously I'm on smoke, you probably want to have a 1.5 here. I know a lot of teams run echo up here, but yeah, so that's 5 walls there, 2 walls on your back side over by kitchen so you don't get shot from meeting, and then your last 3 walls are going to be set up pretty much like this small tower side. So you're going to have 1 wall on the right side, another wall and showers on the right side, and a wall right here. And I'm going to show you why. So again, remember that angle from top kids hatch. That's an easy denial for the plant spots up here. To be honest, the only safe spot that people can plant that isn't like really visible from the hatch is in this corner or right behind these tables if they're lucky. But your shower guys should be able to stop the plants that are right here. Now, the reason why you want to reinforce these walls like this is because on a small tower, you have to be willing to take some of these fights. One of the most daunting things as an attacker is walking in the small tower or playing around small tower and there's feet holes like this, because at any moment you could get shot through the wall. You got to be very cautious of where you're standing as an attacker. So usually you're going to have maybe one person playing on this corner, just trying to put pressure, making sure nobody goes through the yellow hall. And then usually you have a showers player. He's also kind of doing the same thing, playing off of these holes and just putting general pressure over small tower side. And then both of those players will have a guy in the yellow hall. He'll be this is the most important person's spot, is just watching yellow hall, watching the dining player, watching the shower player. He kind of hovers over everybody and makes sure wherever they need help, wherever someone needs to be, he's going to be the next person in charge. That being said, you put feet holes because it's easier for you to get an angle onto them instead of them being able to see you through head holes. And then also, you may think this wall is very weird to reinforce. In high elo play, I guarantee you teams will be taking advantage of the angles through top small tower. Not many people do, but if you don't reinforce this wall, somebody can just easily, a buck, a sledge, he can open up this floor right above you, right? Be like, given something like that happens, if you're the dining player, you got to run back and play in the kitchen. But if you're the shower player, this angle could definitely get, you could get caught off guard, getting shot through this wall, playing in this position, or, when you try to rotate, he might be able to catch you off guard. So just getting this wall eliminates that variable of you getting wall banged in this position or you having to worry about your back, and you can just fully focus on playing showers. Even though this is probably the worst site on the map, going to a different site or throwing it up, sometimes people aren't used to attacking this bomb site, so you could catch some people off guard. So just go with what your preference is. It could be the worst site statistically, but you may be able to make it one of the best sites in your rank group. And with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the love and support. Make sure to leave a like, comment if you guys like these kind of videos. There's a bunch of maps that I could do them on. I just got to know if you guys want to see them. Let me know if there's anything that I can improve on. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Thank you. Appreciate the love. And see you guys in the next one.